I've had a lot of questions about how I did all the bases for my Armageddon models, so let's get into it. Now, the first thing I've done, obviously, I've primed the base with Mechanicus Standard Grey. Use whatever prime you've got, but what I want to do for all the rocks is build a nice base coat of Carrick stone. So I've thinned this with a little bit of water so it flows nicely. I will need two coats, but I'm just looking to get all the rocks coated with the Carrick stone. Then I'm going to shade them all using Space Wolves Grey contrast paint. Now I'm going to put this on fairly thick, and then I'm going to get some contrast medium and blend this straight into the Space Wolves Grey that is on the Carrick stone. This makes it a lot lighter, but it also flow a lot smoother. So make sure you work it into all those recesses, and make sure it doesn't pool too heavily in any kind of nooks and crannies, because that'll give you an ugly look. When that's completely dry, I'm going to take a nice big dry brush of Carrick stone and work this all over the rock, leaving that Space Wolves Grey only in the deepest recesses and really lightening it back up. With the same dry brush, I haven't cleaned it, I haven't washed it, so it still have a little bit of Carrick stone in there. I'm going to take some grease here and do exactly the same thing again, working it over all of the rock again, making it much lighter, and you'll start to see lots of differentiation and textures coming out now. For the last stage on the rock, I'm going to take some white scar. And again, it's exactly the same brush. It's not been cleaned, so it has got some of the other paint in there. And with this white scar, I'm just looking to focus it along the edges to get a really nice highlight and get some nice light areas across there. And that's all we're going to do on the rock for now. And that should give you an idea of how easy and quick this is. Next up, we're going to build the rest of the base. Now, I really like this dark earth terrain from AK Interactive. You can use other texture paints. It's entirely up to you because we are going to paint them a different color later on. And what I'm going to do is spread this on quite liberally. And one of the things I really want to do here is take out the gap between the bottom of that rock and the base itself, so it's fairly smooth. So work this all the way along. If you do spill any of it on the base rim, just wick it away with your finger. You can always wash your finger later on, but you don't want any texture on the rim. When that's completely dry, I'm going to take some Citadel, Agrel and Earth. Now, this is a nice crackle paint. Use whichever crackle paint you like. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to spread it fairly thickly where I want to get some cracked earth. So I'm just putting it on the front here. Like I said, really nice thick application. When that's dry, you can see the thick application gives you nice big cracks. Where you put it on thinly, you get lots of little cracks on there. Now, what I need to do is unify all these colors. I'm going to base them all using Mornfang brown paint. So I'm just going to put this on fairly liberally. Make sure I get into all the recesses, being careful around the rocks, but also where I've got dirt and mud going up the rock, I'm going to paint that as well. The first dry brush I'm going to put on is Deathclaw Brown. Now, I am using a smaller brush for this, you'll notice, and you will have to be more careful. Now, I do get this onto the rock in some places, but I'll show you how to fix it later on. It's nice and easy. Just dry brush this over all of the earth. The next dry brush is with Towlite Ochre. Again, being very, very careful. This is fairly liberal at this point as well. I'm not focusing on, on any edges or any rough parts. I'm then going to take some Screaming Skull. Now, I've already got the Towlite Ogre in the brush as well, so this is going to mix in there. And I'm just going to use this firstly to do a fairly liberal highlight over everything. And this is nice, easy, and straightforward. And then what I'm going to do is go back in with pure Screaming Skull. So just to pick out some of those edges. For any mistakes you can make, like you can see I've made along here, I've taken a very small dry brush and I'm just using white scar to go back along the edges and build up that brightness. The last thing to do is to add some tufts. Now, you can use whichever tufts you want. Again, there's loads on the market. I really like these Gamers grass ones, so I've got burnt 6mm grass. And I also recently picked up their dry grass tuft starter box set because I knew I was going to be doing some Armageddon bases. And this has got lots of different lengths and different colors grass in there. It's got PVA glue as well and some tweezers, which is useful. So in terms of how we apply this, pick an area on the base, pop some PVA glue down there, then use your tweezers to pull the tuft off the backing paper and then just apply it here. And then as that dries, it will secure it. And you can put as many or as little tufts as you like on the model. I recommend only putting a few on there, maybe 3 or 4. And again, this is also going to depend on the size of the base, the amount of rocks you've got. But generally, I like to put the tufts in and amongst the rocks as well, and perhaps where you've got some cracked earth as well to show that the grass is growing through there. And there you go. When that's all done, you've got a fantastic looking Armageddon base. Just give it a nice rim of black paint or whatever color you want, and you're ready for battle. So there we have it, the secret to how I painted these Armageddon bases. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Check out how I painted the rest of the Orc Weird Boy here. I'll see you next time.